Good morning and welcome to a much delayed episode of the Alan Class Archives. As you can see, I'm all togged up in Remy Q's wonderful Captain America fleece. I have my Thinsulate hat on because it is very cold indeed. It has been up to -7, which by British standards is flipping cold. It's not so bad today, but I've still got no gas in the, what do we call it now, the winter house. And it has a chill factor of -5, even though it's only 1 degree. So no, not good. I'm not in a happy place, really. But I'm bringing you this episode anyway, aided by my 5-degree strength. Or strength number 5. I'm getting my weather confused with my coffee now. French freshly ground coffee. So not in a mug today, because if I just left it in a mug, it would be an ice pop to lick rather than a hot cup of coffee. So no, I've got my insulated coffee right here. Lovely, strength number 5. Fantastic. I hope you're all keeping very well. Let me see now. If you've been following what I've been doing, the last couple of weeks have been quite crucial in getting the new floors down. And success indeed, after falling out with the flooring people, which I may or may not have told you. I probably have. The same guys turned up and they were absolutely professional, as nice as pie, amiable, superb. I came in here with my little pooch Frank to just get out from under their feet, just to let them get on with the job, because there's nothing worse than when a workman's doing a job, there's some idiot looking over their shoulders to see whether they're doing the job right. So I got out of the house rather, into here for, I think it was just under 3 hours. But that particular day it was absolutely freezing. I was wrapped up in this, as you do, but unfortunately I caught a nasty cold, really severe cold. I'm getting over that now. The flooring looks superb. I'm very happy with it. In this weather, the boiler system seems to be functioning okay. There's a few little hiccups, but it's my understanding of how condensate boilers actually work. But that's my lack of knowledge rather than anything wrong with the boiler, so that's okay. We have decided in the living room that we were going to have a radiator in there, which still isn't there. What we're going to do, and we had it all boarded up as such, because it had an old back boiler in the wall, so it looks very neat now, although unfinished. But what we've decided to do is we are going to, at some point soon, in the living room, get all that taken out and install just a real wood-burning stove as such, just to heat that one room. It'll look more elegant, and that's what we're going to do. So yeah, a bit of a backtrack on that, but at least we'll have the back boiler to power the rest of the house, heating and hot water. So yeah, quite good on that. So apologies for that little ramble. I always like to tell you all a little bit about what's going on in my life, rather than just go, here's comic such and such and such and such, and this is such and such. So you're always going to get a little bit of what I'm up to at the moment. And it does feel good to be able to communicate with you lovely girls and guys. Again, it's been too long. It's been two long weeks. Especially when I meant to get an episode out once a week with 10 comics. It's now every 2 weeks with 10 comics, which equals 5 comics a week, which is the same as it used to be, which is a pain in the bottom. But I haven't had the time to get something out for you until today. It's so good. So what am I going to show you today? 2 series, 5 comic. No, it's not going to be 5 comics of each. I've got slightly more than that in Sinister Tales, and then I've got some Secrets of the Unknown. So I've already sorted them in chronological order. They are quite early-ish ones. Not too bad condition, really, all things considered. This is Sinister Tales number 26, and they've done it again. It's that mixture of ancient history and their modern age at that time, that juxtaposition of two different time periods. And I've mentioned this several times, that artists of the Atom Age and late Golden Age seem to really, really enjoy that mixture. I think it's great. Absolutely love it. I love that mixture of cultures, time periods, and the clashes, and the whole mystery of it all. It's lovely. Great cover. Let me just refresh my mind what is it actually saying on it. This is impossible but true. These are ancient Romans. Don't miss one of them. Death of a hot rod. Out of sight and others. Sinister Tales number 26. Let me just check for the back going forward what we've actually got in here. So some nice Steve Ditko art there. You can easily tell a Steve Ditko drawn story. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Still Steve, but lack of detail, purely because the company was probably Charlton. Let's move a bit further on, see what else we can find. It seems to be mostly Charlton. Always like looking for hidden gems. Stories from Marvel or Atlas. There we go, a bit of sleet coming along, hitting the roof. Not sure whether you heard that. Yeah, hidden gems such as Marvel stories, Atlas stories hidden on the insides. Even better when it's superhero stories, capes and cowls. But no, that's just a lovely sinister tale, or a collection of sinister tales. I'm going to have another sip of my Strength number 5 coffee. Oh, dear me. That is so darn good. Moving on, Sinister Tales number 29. Beautiful Ditko artwork on the front cover there. Love it. I love these 3 panel splits on these comics. Very nice. Strange things began to happen to Hiram White when he moved to the Georgian Backwards community. My eyes. An area where it seems that time stood still. Nice. The Confederate Girl. I am Miss Bell, Herbert, sir. Okay. At the moment, my spending has slowed to a crawl on Alan Class comics, but no doubt when the new year kicks in, I'll be asking the moths to fly out of my wallet and show me the money, and I'll be buying some more for sure. If I get the chance to buy a huge lot, then I'll go for it. But I can see from now on, it might just be picking up individual comics here and there. Gorgeous Steve Ditko art. I was just very lucky in 2022, just picking up 3 big boxes with some fantastic comics inside, of course. Things I didn't expect to find. Yep. No Marvel or Atlas in here. Gorgeous stuff though. Moving on to Sinister Tales number 32. Be sure to read The Day of the Angels. That's a great cover, isn't it? Lovely. So my favourite haunt for picking up comics is still generally Birmingham, but whizzing back in time sort of 30 years, Birmingham was a completely different place. And you had like underpasses where they had little retail shops tucked away of the oldish type, 60s type, like little basements almost. I like to think of them as. I picked up lots of fantastic comics from that much earlier age. Obviously 30 years ago, we're still in like the 90s, aren't we? But you could pop into that type of like basement bookshop under an underpass and pick up middle 60s issues, no problem at all. Can't do that now. Birmingham is such a different place. You are virtually completely overground, very much like any modern city, and there's no places like that anymore. So you just have to go into your big shops. Worlds Apart is the main one in Brum, and just take your chances, see what you can find. But I miss the days of digging for comics in literally, because we're all built in the underpasses down Stevenson Street, just little enclaves which seem to be carved out of the concrete, dark, dank, but a gold mine. I certainly miss those days. So what's in the contents of issue number 32 of Sinister Tales? Let's have a little look. Again, nothing particularly really swings at me, unfortunately. Lots of Charlton. Weird music. They must be talking about jazz. Maybe he's one of Art Blakey's messengers. Oh dear me, too cold. More coffee needed. I'm playing about with this new extension lead for my microphone, because I did record on the iPad, but the iPad's a little bit old now. When I say old, I mean 2018. So it would only record up to 720 picture quality. But my phone is pretty modern. It can go up to 4K, and YouTube tends to render it down to 1080p. So what I've done is, because I've got this protective case around the phone, so I couldn't get my mic into the lightning port. It obviously just pop out. There's too much surrounding covering the phone. So what I've done, I've been a bit clever, and I bought myself an adapter, which is like a 1 meter lead, male to female. So the male part obviously goes into the phone, and the female part goes on the end of the microphone. And that means I can actually record into this phone with a fantastic picture. So I've gone that route, but I'm still fiddling around with it, trying to get the best placement for the mic. As it's on a lead, it's all sort of like wibbly wobbly, and it's hard to get it to sort of stay in one place and not see the lead on the bloody picture. So it would help if I open the lid. Nice, but the results I've had so far are good when I get it right. When I get it wrong, then the vocal is quite muffly, because it tends to pick up from the more far away side. So I hope when I produce this video out for you, you get to see or get to hear that it's nice and clear. The clarity is everything. The picture quality should be superb. This is a nice one. Came in one of the big boxes. Sinister Tales number 38, and this really is what makes the collecting worthwhile, in my very humble opinion. When you can pick up things like this for not a lot of money, or rather when you're extremely lucky and you pick up things like this. If that was whacked on eBay, probably go for a tidy amount. Quality's not too fantastic. You've got a nasty gouge at the spine there. Probably so that Mark Oldroyd would just like throw away and deem as worthless. Just joking, Mark. Great. Doctor Doom and Spider-Man. Beautiful. So naturally, yep, you've got that story in there. And you've got the chance to see inside if there's any more Marvel stories. Or indeed at this point, Atlas stories. Halfway through the book, and nope, it seems to be Charlton. No Atlas. But, you know, we have the Spider-Man story, so let me just... Terrific. And I also collect Marvel Masterworks. I'm blessed to have every one they've put out. But I said to myself way back when, decades ago, I mean, I know, I'm a big, obviously, Captain America fan, obviously, but I do know that Spider-Man is Marvel's premier #1 superhero. So I kind of knew that if I went into that rabbit hole, that wormhole, shall we say, of collecting Spider-Man, I wouldn't have enough room for all the issues and everything is Spider-Man related. So I've always vowed to not go down that route at all and just collect Captain America. But not that I don't like Spider-Man. I think he's a fantastic superhero and well worthy of the #1 slot. But I'm really glad I didn't go down that rabbit hole. I still have a lot of Spider-Man stuff, but they're all in book form, as in Marvel Masterworks. So that's where I was going with that. Terrific cover. Moving on. Sinister Tale is number 41. I've seen this stamp several times in some of these covers, and I'm guessing it's the owner's. He's made his own stamp, I think. It's the cover anyway. RW. I can't imagine there was a chain of shops with RW in the title, so I think it must be an owner's stamp. Right. I'm aware of the time, and I'm aware that I'm blabbing on far too much. So I'm going to have to slow down the speak and speed up the comic showing, I think. We have an Atlas story. The Man Who Couldn't Be Reached. Nice. But no more Spider-Man stories. More Avengers. Very nice. And you know, I was looking at the my Alan Class collection the other day, because now I can actually see what I've got, because the rooms are starting to become more normal again as we move things around the house, putting them back in their proper places now that the floor's done. And I think at this point we're roughly around about the halfway point. I've shown you about half of what I've got. I've got about another half to go, and if you can imagine all the videos that I've shot purely for the Alan Class collection, that's a hell of a lot of comics shown, and still a hell of a lot more to come. Sinister Tales number 45, the Big Boot story. It's been reprinted a fair few times. What do we got? Weird World story. I think for the rest of this episode I'm going to major mostly on the covers and quickly flick through the insides and see if anything jumps out at me. Sometimes I might give the impression, because I don't talk about the insides too much, It's not that I don't think they're very good, it's just there's so much content. There we go. Sinister Tales, number 49, that 3-panel strip, which everyone was so fond of doing back in the day. Fabulous. I don't know where this comes from, but this is a Kirby and Ayers story. I brought the rock to life. Can somebody let me know if they know where this was printed and published? What title? What time? Where? Knowledge is everything. Let me know. Fabulous. More Kirby. The Changeling. Was that Ditko? No, it's Kirby, isn't it? It's Kirby. It does remarkably look like Steve Ditko. I may have this wrong, but it looks a lot more like Kirby than it does Ditko to me. Nice, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko. Where lurks the ghost? Marvellous. Well, that's a lovely issue. Very, very nice. Moving on rapidly. Secrets of the Unknown. We've done today's Sinister Tales. Now that is absolutely a Jack Kirby art. Look at that. Beautiful. What have we got? Steve Ditko, Supernatural. Lovely. Plot Stan Lee, scripts Larry Lieber, art Paul Reinman, Markham's Magic Crayon. I think I'm having a mental block because I can't recall where these stories, what titles they appeared in. Wow. Beautiful. The Mystery of the Purple Planet, Stan Lee, Larry Lieber. I'm always wary of opening up these books fully because of the age, and I don't want them to just fall apart. Because the glue that holds it all together is decades old, obviously. And I don't want to be left just holding a pile of paper. Oh, look at that. Beautiful Jack Kirby art. Hang on, let me just get to a splash page. Yeah. Look at that. Kirby and Ayers. A Martian walks amongst us. You know, this is the thing with this particular year. 2022 has been a year of doing so much to the house. And my actual reading of all these wonderful stories, it's really fallen by the wayside. That's a big regret this year. I've been too busy to actually, literally stop and smell the roses just to enjoy reading comics. I just haven't really had that much chance. That's a massive regret. Hopefully it's something I'm going to put right in 2023. They've got all this beautiful stuff, I just haven't got a chance to read the darn things. Secrets of the Unknown, number 37, another fantastic cover. I'm just going to pause there because my body is saying you need some more hot liquid. Oh, lovely. Right. What have we got here? Unknown World story. Yeah, Unknown Worlds. Yeah, it's a complete Unknown Worlds issue. Looks like Alan Class just bundled up a load of Unknown Worlds and popped them in here. Popped them in to make a comic. And then the first story, you have a Kirby and Ayers. The Man in the Crazy Maze. Lovely. Beautiful. And today's virtually half an hour episode is going to end with Secrets of the Unknown number 43. Now I got this for a song. It's pretty mashed up, to be fair. It's got parts of the cover is lost in the midst of time. You'll see what I mean when I show it you. There's a bit of foxing there. But hey, I think I got this for a couple of quid. The back cover is dreadful. This is the front cover. This is the bits that are missing. But, you know, like I often think to myself, and is often told to me, better to have a comic than not have. Whatever condition you've got it in. Are you ready for the most awful back cover ever? Look at the state of that. Probably beyond redemption, but I'm keeping it anyway. Yeah, it's all Charlton stuff. I really do need to start in 2023 reading some more comic books. And if I ever see a bent page, bent corner, always write it. I don't want to really bend this book back that much, but this particular Secrets of the Unknown starts with a Steve Ditko story. Steve Ditko illustrated story. The Menace of the Maple Leaves. And that, my dear friends, brings an end to today's episode. Thank you for being patient with me on the producing of these episodes. It's just been ridiculous to try and find the time to get one out for you. Do apologise. Please stick with me, and I shall honestly endeavour to get an episode out for you next week. But don't send me hate mail if I can't. I'm doing my very best. Thanks for watching. Yada yada yada. Please click like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please comment. I love your comments, even though YouTube, as Rob has found out, notify me sometimes far later than usual. Right, guys and gals, I am out of here and into the warmth of the house. I shall see you next time round. Have a safe week, and don't do anything I wouldn't do, like get new heating installed.